All right, y'all, in today's video, we're going to do a quick overview of a new software that I had recently had the owner reach out and offer us to test it out and try it for free and see how we like it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. What we're talking about today is a platform called Taja AI. This is definitely a newer software, something to basically replace Vid IQ comparatively, but we're going to go ahead and today focus on Taja. Okay, so here we are in the back end, Taja AI. Now, the main focus here is the ability to take your long form videos and then repurpose them into short form content based on whatever it is you're trying to repurpose it for. Now, I've played around with this one a wee bit, as you can see here, seeing what it's going to look like and how that content is going to come through. Now, the thing that I found kind of interesting with their platform, I think it has, again, a lot of great potential. The piece that I struggled with personally was more so around the repurposed content. So it does a really good job, I will say, with picking the right clips. The thing that was a little tedious or obnoxious about it, as you're going to see here, is the way that it puts the text on the video. I don't love this part. And again, it's not like a huge issue. It's more of like what I found to be the problem with this is when we're looking at that for your podcast, it kind of like covers your face automatically. So not like a major component that's like going to be a huge problem, but you know, if you're a talking head video, you don't necessarily want your face covered the whole time with the text. So but that was probably like my biggest complaint with this. I did find, and I did really love that they actually include the link to the video in the shorts description, and then it obviously has like the time on there. So that was really great, and actually something that I hadn't seen previously with some of the other softwares that I tested this out with. But that was probably my biggest complaint here is this part, is like it covers your face. I don't love that. It is fixable, so I give them props for that because they do make it to where you're not stuck with what it creates. So if you come in here, obviously it takes a little bit more time, which is fine, but you can come in and you can adjust and you can edit the content that you're creating on here, so it's not necessarily like on your face. So you do have the ability, you can come in, you can change the design of the content. You don't have a ton of options, but you have some options, and you can choose like where you want to put the content itself on the video. Again, you do have some options there. It's not as like automated as I would personally want. I would prefer if it could just automatically place it in the right places, but that's okay. We're coping, we're dealing. And then obviously you do have the ability to go ahead and bulk auto schedule. So I did like this feature. If you can get over like, you know, not having the aesthetics be perfect, especially with shorts, you can come in, you can click bulk auto schedule. And I did really like this. This is one of the things when we were playing with like Kuzo AI that I was kind of frustrated by, is it didn't have like the option to like automatically go and schedule all of your content. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to select all the videos that I do want to schedule, and then I'm going to go over to continue. And what's great about this is I can then just choose what days I want to do this on. So it's just going to ask me what days I want to post the content and then the time frames roughly. So I'm just going to pick those days. It has 5 videos, so I'm going to choose a video a day, and then I'm going to go to schedule. So when I go to schedule, it automatically goes and schedules the content and publishes it for me, which saves me personally a heck of a lot of time. Now, the only drawback on this, like I mentioned, is the video part with the actual like words and text on the page. I do wish that there was a little bit more customization there, but it does get the job done. So I will say that that's a good start. All right, now let's go back here and focus on some other things. What's cool about this and what I like is you do have the ability to link from multiple platforms. So I did find this to be nice and different from some of the other softwares that we've tried, where you couldn't necessarily upload directly from like YouTube or from Dropbox or from Google Drive. And if you're a Google girly like me, that does make life a little easier. Let's go ahead and go through the start to finish here. I'm going to pull up my channel and let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and grab this one. We're going to go share, and I'm going to show you start to finish here how this is going to work. So we're going to paste our video link here, and then we're going to go to start, and it's going to start initializing, basically pulling what content we want on here, how to optimize the video. Now, this is a really solid competitor to Vid IQ. I personally didn't love Vid IQ. I think when I started to use it, I started to get kind of overwhelmed with how many options it had. Big issue that I'm actually finding with a lot of the AI softwares out there, they're trying to do too much, and then it becomes overwhelming for the user, in my opinion, to where it makes it harder to actually use. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna notice here is it's actually gonna help me with some suggestions on how to improve this video. It's rewriting the content itself for me, which is great because now I can take this and say, all right, let's go ahead and use this to re-optimize the video. Now, one thing I do really like about this is if you check this out, what it's doing here is it's writing the actual title and it's rewriting the description for it. So love that. And it's obviously incorporating specific tags and keywords that we want to include. Helpful. But what I can do is I can click publish now. So if I go to publish now, I can obviously have it go public, and then it's going to go into syncing my video directly into YouTube Studio. Also helpful because again, the less platforms that I have to go back and forth on, the better. Okay, so now we're over here back on our YouTube Studio. We can see all of that content has been imported. Love that for us. It does show that it is public, so we're going to go ahead and go back now. And now you're going to see here that it did automatically generate and update that content. Again, really great in the integration with YouTube Studio. So you don't have to go into multiple different platforms, log in, do all of the, copy paste shebang, because that's it's a huge time suck personally. So this is great. We like this. Now, the one thing I don't love, and I think this is just really challenging in general for AI, I feel like AI hasn't really gotten there in regards to the images, needs some love. I have yet to actually find a platform that does a really great job with creating thumbnails. So we're gonna play with this for fun so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, so it's gonna look through the video and it's gonna basically come in and create whatever type of background it wants. I don't love these. They're okay. They're very AI-y. I don't love them. And if we ask it to use our face in it, we'll see kind of, what does it come up with as far as those pieces go. One thing that I would really love to see with Taja is including a component where you can incorporate like your brand kit into it. So when it goes to create the thumbnails, it's leveraging your actual brand kit and using your fonts and your colors and your logo in it to where it does feel like it's a lot more customizable. So obviously when you're going to scan your facial expressions and you're looking at potentially using them in the thumbnail, it's going to take a lot longer. As you're seeing here, it's not as quick of a process. So we're going to just let that do its thing. The other thing I will say that's actually nice about this is it does automatically generate a transcript, which is really helpful. And I'll record another video on this, but if I were to take that transcript, I want to turn it into an actual blog post. This does save me a lot of time. So I'll record another video and we'll link it down in the description once it's published and live. But overall, I'd say with Taja AI, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 so far. My biggest complaints, what would make the biggest difference, is mostly on how the actual shorts are going to be created and that my face is not being covered with the content itself so that it's just a little bit better content. So that's the biggest one. I think that would make this from like an 8 to a 10.